This
Day
conference
one,
will now be recorded.
for the day one session, I will be starting with the overview of HRSD, what you can do, how can you do, and what are the capabilities of HRSD. I will be starting with the very basics of ServiceNow, and then we will dig deeper into that, the HR case management and lifecycle enterprise management. So, and in the end, I will share with you what is new in the Quebec release and how we are doing with that. So let's get started first. So let me share my screen first and let me know when you can see that. So I just hit the right button to share my screen. Let me know when you can see that.
Okay. I'm still waiting. Oh, there we go. Something popped up here. So it's not prompting any permission. Just says Trey is presenting. I can see your
Mm,
screen. I can see it.
okay. So let me share this, present you the slide. So this will be the day one session for HRSD. And so the agenda will be covering the HRSD overview, Employee Service Center, which is our portal, HR case lifecycle, how the case been generated, how the case goes in and out, types of persona. This is very important as with respect to HRSD. Who are the employees, who are the HR agents, and then HR case creation. That these are the things which we'll be covering today, and these are the very basics that will give you an overview how ServiceNow HRSD works, and then we can start building HRSD, learning how to build HRSD, how to implement HRSD. So let me
Okay.
just
Was this slideshow already also emailed to me, or this is just
no,
something right now?
no,
Okay.
no. This is just for reference for me, and and these for the first two, three slides that doesn't have any content. The rest of the slides I have, I will be sharing with you. I will be sharing the exercise with you as well, and also I will be sharing the document with you to how to set up your personal instance and installing the required plugins. So I will be
Okay.
sharing with Richa, and Richa will share with you. Uh,
Okay. Good.
Anyhow, yeah, anyway, first. So let me go back to my ServiceNow personal developer instance. This is my ServiceNow personal developer instance, and this is on the Quebec release. So you can see that we have an open app Engine Studio. So this is how ServiceNow is building up. So they are using more low code and no code approach here. So this is how you can create an application and all this stuff. So this is need not to worry on that. This is just so this is I hope you are already aware of this is called is our backend view, or we can say the native UI. And if I, let's say, go to employee service center, and this employee service center is nothing but our portal. So this is our portal. uh, and you can see there are a few things. The portal is all customizable. This is what I was trying to build something on my personal developer instance. If I want to add my favorite bars and all that, so I just do some R&D kind of work on my personal instance. That's why it's here. And this is now coming back to our uh, training. So now let me go back to yeah. So I have a scenario here. What you will do if you have an error in your paycheck? So what you will do? So you are an employee of an organization, and then let's say you have an error in your paycheck, something like that. So what you will do? What first thing you will do?
If you haven't, if we found an error in a paycheck,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
first
So let's say you wanted to the amount is not up to that mark which you intended, and maybe you have worked for a couple of night shift or external shift, and then that doesn't get reflected in your paycheck. So what you will do? And you are an
you
employee of an organization.
you will put a stop on a paycheck.
So ideally, what people will do is they will call their HR, or they will email their HR that, hey, we haven't had this much amount in my paycheck reflected. So could you please uh, review that or something like that. But if a new organization already have ServiceNow HRSD installed, and they have already ServiceNow HRSD implemented, what they will do is they will go to the portal here. So this is our portal, and imagine yourself as an employee. I think if I'm talking about the HRSD overview, and then also I will be talking about type of personas here. So that is what my main focus will be today. So imagine yourself as an employee, and then you have already installed the plugins, the HRSD is implemented, and let's say you have a payroll discrepancy issue here. So what you will do is you will go to your personal develop you will go to your organization's portal, and then you will search for the catalog items, and in the catalog items you will see a record producer or in serve something like HR service is there. They will, if you open the payroll discrepancy here, let me click this title. So you will see a few questions are coming up that report an issue with your paycheck, and it will ask that what are the pay step that you have a discrepancy into. So let's say I have tax, and let's say I have the frequency as, let's say I put as in a test, and submit that. So if I submit that, now see what it will happen.
Okay.
So so if I submitted that, so it will create an HR case. So you can see things are coming up. It says that payroll discrepancy system administrator, because I logged in as system administrator. This is the person who generated the case. And this is the HR case number, and this is the short description, and it has been assigned to Tammy. So what happened here? I had an issue with my paycheck. There was some discrepancy in my check. What I had done, I went onto the portal of my organization and searched for the payroll discrepancy, any service that has something to do with payroll discrepancy. I found that and I generated a case. Now, this is exact similar to ITSM when it comes to an incident. If you have worked upon ITSM tracks, incidents are nothing but just a deviation from the baseline. So ServiceNow is a leader in ITSM. What it does is creates an incident, and on the basis of incident, it creates a problem, and problem is identified, fixed, it creates a change request. So this is how the ITSM works. Similar to the incidents are nothing but the deviation from the baseline. Exact in HR domain, we call is an HR case. So if you are dealing with ServiceNow HRSD, the HR case is just a documented piece of case in which you are entering your uh, you are just showing your concerns, asking your queries to the HR department. So what happened here? You created an HR case, and that case has been opened for is you, system administrator, because I logged in as system administrator. Subject person is me because I was logged in as a system administrator, and the assigned to is that this particular case has been assigned to an HR agent who will be working upon that case. So basically, we have an what you say, a documented piece of your issues. Now people can work upon that and solve your case. So if what if we don't have any service now HRSD implemented? Ideally, so in that situation, what we have done is you might have called your HR, you might have your emailed your HR that hey, I have an payroll discrepancy issue. They will be coming back to you. They will be coming back and forth of you. You will be calling them again, you will be emailing. So there is a lot of interaction that has been doing back end, that is something which hasn't been documented yet. So but how ServiceNow solves this process is they have an HRSD HR case management, which will be in which we will document all those our issues, and people can work upon that. So this is from the employee what it has done. So now thinking the other way, let's imagine yourself as an HR agent working in an organization, and you work for the HR department. So what you will do now here? So you can see that a system administrator has already uh, raised an issue regarding the payroll discrepancy. What you will do is, let's say if I copy this HR case number and go to my native UI, let's say I impersonate as an Temi itself. So this will be a good example.
Mhm.
Uh, Tammy is who? Tammy is HR agent who generally works for HR department, who generally solve the regular, the basic issues that an employee has. So I'm now currently now an HR agent, and this is native UI. This is portal. Do not confuse with that. Native UI. Native is UI is basically for HR agents to work upon that. And you generally, if you work in an organization, you generally don't have access to the back end, that much access to the back end. But what you have access is generally employee has access to HR portals or employee portals, in that is employee service center in ServiceNow. So now if I go to, let's say, cases assigned to me, you can see I have an cases assigned to me. And if I open the cases, you can see that we have a case number, if I'm not wrong, 1241, and you can see this case is here, 1241. If I open that, let me open the case. Yep. So the case is getting opened here. There are few things which are getting populated automatically. This is the magic which is happening, and I will, in the upcoming session, I will let you know how to do this, how to auto-populate these things, how to auto-populate these field values, everything. This is just an overview how what is the capability of ServiceNow HRSD, and if you and then we will go dig deeper into that. So you can see the short description is here. So imagine yourself as a Tammy here, and you are an HR agent, and you want to work upon this case. If you see the description here, you can see the few things which we added and selected in the drop down. You say it asks for the specify where is your pay stub you have in your discrepancy. We selected text there. Text is here, and we we entered test as and describe the frequency here, and then everything is here. So and you can see the state of the case is in ready. That means it's in ready state. So we have few states which are draft, ready, and all these work in progress, close complete, close incomplete, awaiting certain suspended. These are the states which is this is the life cycle of an HR case. It goes from draft, ready, work in progress to close complete and all that. So now what Tammy will do is Tammy will get to know that hey, we have an payroll discrepancy for this particular user, system administrator, and what are the fields which are already there. So there is some discrepancy in tax and all that stuff. So you can see. So what he will do is it's in tax. So what he will start working upon that. Now this is something how he will work, how will he solve is an issue. What he will do is he will just move the state from select this button start work so that this case moves to work in progress, and then he will start working upon that case. So he can call you, and then all the things are documented here. You can see comments and work notes. So you can see that in comments and work note we have all the things. The state moved from work in progress to ready, and it has been emails are notification are sent out. People will be getting receiving an email that this case has been added, work notes have been added. So this is nothing but the notification that are being generated out of this case. And so now, yeah. So we have fulfillment instructions here for the say for the help for helping our HR agent to work upon this case. So it says that this request is for users that have issues with the paycheck and paycheck withholding amounts. This involves sensitive information. Please review the attached details and the policy document, and then also show some policy documents uh, to help you out in order to solve this case. And also you can see there is checklist item attached which say escalate to payroll. So there might be another department for payroll, and you can talk to them and escalate the case here. You can click this button, escalate the case, and it will assign it to the payroll functional team, and they will solve that case. Now I will not be escalating this case because I just wanted to let you know what is the complete whole cycle of an HR case, how it is being worked and all that stuff. So let's say the state is work in progress and payroll team already intervened in and they will solve that case. So what it will does is you will, if the case is completed, you will close this case as close complete, click this button, and the case will be resolved, and it will be in a state awaiting acceptance. That means it's not been closed complete it's in awaiting acceptance. So what it means here, let me duplicate this tab. So it has, there will be a separate, if I go back to system administrator, and feel free to stop me, because if at all if I'm going a bit fast, something you don't understand, feel free to stop me. We can review things at once. No worries on that.
Oh,
So
you're going perfectly fine, thank you.
okay, thanks. So I'm back. You can see that the case is in awaiting acceptance state, and I go back to my portal. Currently, I'm logged in as the user who initiated this case. So yeah, so you can see that the case was awaiting acceptance. So it will require permission of the user who generated the case in order to close this case. So it will ask that if you are happy with the resolution, or were you with not happy with the resolution. If you are happy, so you will say yes and submit the accept the resolution which is provided by the HR agent. And you can see and if I go back here and reload this page, you can see the state is close complete.
Nice.
Hmm. Let's reload that. Yeah. So the state is close complete. So this is how, and you can see the few fields are now read only, and this is what the magic comes in, because earlier when the case was in work in progress, we had few things which we can edit out, and now you can see the description is not editable at all because the state is close complete. This is how the how HR case works. So it initiated from the portal, and from the portal itself, and it goes to draft state, to ready state, and it has been assigned to a person who works in the department. HR agent comes in, he works for that case, try to resolve that case, and hit the close complete button. When it resolves the case, it goes to an acceptance for the resolution acceptance to the user who initiated the case. And if at all user select put yes at that, press that yes button, that means that resolution is being accepted and state moves to close complete. This is the whole life cycle of an HR case here. So this is called HR case lifecycle management. That's it. And there are few other ways in which we can create a case. This is was only the one way in which we created the case, like from the portal itself. I will give you one more thing, more way to create an HR case. I will show you just now. Uh,
Okay.
so let me go back to the native UI. Now, here's the second scenario. So, you second scenario with the same problem. You have discrepancies in your payroll. What you will do is, uh, and what you will do is you don't have any access to the portal. You don't have that. You just know the HR mobile number or HR agent's email ID. You just know because you have already told by your manager if you have any issue you can connect to the HR team. So what you will do here is, if you don't have the portal access, there are other ways in which the case has been a case can be generated, and that has to be done by the native UI, which is the backend UI. So now imagine me, I am the HR agent. Let's say you are an HR agent and you received a call from your an employee that he has an error in paycheck or is having pay discrepancy. What you will do? So uh, let's say you receive a call from service desk or an HR employee, and they say that hey, we have a payroll discrepancy issue. What we have to do here? So and now you are an HR agent and you have ServiceNow already implemented and you have access to this screen. So how will you proceed is you will type HR cases here in the left navigation. This is the left navigation we have. Uh, so I hope you are already aware of what is left navigation and other things on the
Yeah, yeah,
screen.
yeah. Application navigator.
Yeah, application navigator. Just to show you, this is the scope which we are working in human resource. I will human resource core, and this is the update side which we are working. So I will just uh, be familiar with the terminology. I will give you the usage of this. in upcoming session what is the update set and how will we work on the update set, what is the scoped applications, how scope being governed. This is our profile section, this is our setting section, all that. So now coming back to our scenario. So you are an HR agent. What you will do is you will type HR cases here, and I want to create a new case basically because so I want to create a new case. What I will do, because I have received a call from uh, some user that he has an payroll discrepancies. So what I will do is I will type create new case in the application navigator, hit the submit button, and I will have a window to create a new case. So yeah. Up now, how it works is you will ask for something like, hey, you want to create a new case. What is your name? Let's say we have, let's say that name, because the name is able tutor, and you can also verify able tutors verification that okay, what is your email ID and if what is your employee number. The employee number is not present at this point of time, but you can verify the details because if the same person is talking or not. And then you have to create a case. So how will you create a case? You will select an HR service here, like payroll discrepancy. So we have this HR service here, and you will add work notes that payroll issue with able, and you will hit the button at create a case. So and you can see new fresh case HRSC 000124 is being created. State is draft, and other things are already there. And it has been not assigned to anybody because since you are the HR agent and you started working upon it, that's why. And there's one difference which may be asked in an interview or in if you are going for CIS HR certification, there might be one question that, and I will be telling you a few things on the CIS HR examination as well because I am looking that thing very deeply because I've been working on CIS HR certification since last 2.5 and close to 3 years, and I know what kind of questions comes in CIS HR. So there are few things. So the difference is state. You can see that state is draft, and when we created our first case from the portal, the state was ready. That is the difference. When you
Right.
create a case from the back end, it will be in a state draft. And if you create a case from the employee service center, that is our portal, the state will be in ready because this is how out of the box service now behave. That's if a person is being creating a case from the employee service center, which is our portal, that is it means it needs to be in state ready. And this is because the HR agent who is working upon that case, and they selected few things and it is in draft. So if I select this button as ready for work, or let's say ready for work, this is something I want to change the state to ready for work. I hit the state is ready, and you can see that it has the HR case is been now assigned to Tammy again. So, and you will say, "Hey, why this has been assigned to Tammy again and again? Why this thing's happening? The assignment group is HR tier one and all HR tier one, and it has been assigned to Tammy again and again. Why this thing is happening?" So this is where assignment rules and matching rules comes in. So we have assignment rules and matching rules that do the magic of this. I will definitely give you a brief idea, and we'll go dig deeper into that how things work. For the first class, I will say just be familiar with the terminologies. Things are the assignments and matching rules comes in into this picture, and they will assign the case uh, on the basis of skill, on the basis of availability, the workload of the user, and on the basis of location as well. Because the HR agent might be sitting in the US region, and there might be chances that that the user might be sitting in the Asia Pacific region. So the payroll things will be different, the procedure will be different. So that's why it has been assigned to Tammy, just because he might be satisfying few criterias, and criterias are based on their skill. He might be having skill in payroll. Criterias are based on the second criteria is the location. He might be having the same location as able tutor, and also the workload. He might not be having that much of workload. That's why he's assigned this case. So this is how the assignments and assignment to this case works in. And then we have few things on the form itself. This is our HR case form which we are currently seeing. We have priority as in for source contact type, and these are the fields which are already there. So and you can see that few fields are already populated. This is from HR template. We will learn in the next few sessions that how we will be putting on this and how things are getting auto populated. But for this class one, I just wanted to get you to familiar with few types of users, that is HR agents, employees, how HR agent works here, how employee works here, and what are the life cycle of HR case, how case goes from state from ready to awaiting approval, close complete, and cancel and all that. And then let me, yeah, and HR case creation, how HR case has been created, and all that. So, do you have any doubts still from the points which we discuss here?
No, no, no. It's very good. Very good.
Okay, so do you have your personal instance set up?
Do I have the what now?
A personal developer instance, that PDI,
Oh, yes, 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 I do.
it's on.
Yes, right now it is on. Let me double check real quick here. Make sure
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
loading
It
it right.
might, yeah, it might be in sleeping state or hibernate state.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it's on right now.
So, can you open the? I'm not sure if you have already the plugins for HR case management installed, but can you go to the left navigation, application navigator?
You go to plugin.
Not plugin. Uh, okay, okay. Let's start with the plugin first. So, what I will do is just go to the plugins in the left navigation,
Okay,
and, and in the search button on the right side of the screen, type HR human resource.
okay.
And
Sorry, so it's still looking on my end, still loading.
yeah, plugins take time. Not a problem. That takes time.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. I'm in a search bar now. You said HRSD.
Yeah, type human resource, and I'm not sure if you have rights to share your screen. Could you please try sharing your screen so I can guide you how to install the plugins and all that?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me share it right now. Where are we at?
Let me see if I can give you the rights.
Where is it here? Screen. Yeah, it says you have to make me the presenter.
Yeah, so let me check that if I can do that. I can. Yep, I just gave you the right. You're on,
Ah,
sir.
okay, perfect. Okay, there we go. Can you see me?
Awesome.
Okay,
Uh, yeah. So install the case and knowledge management plugin.
okay. So you said
The
What was the name of it? You said
No, no, no. The second one. The second one.
okay, this one. This one
Yeah.
right here.
Open this. You not with the one with the image of now. Service now. The second one.
Oh, okay, this one.
Yeah.
You didn't even give me the option to click on it.
Okay. Do one thing. Do one thing. Go back to your the search bar and type human resource. Not there. Not there. Here. Yeah. On the plugin still. On the plugin window. Yeah. Instead of HRSD, type human resource.
Human.
Resource. Yeah. And in, yeah, that's it. So the fourth one, which says human resource scope dashboard, on the bottom of your screen, I guess. Go. Yeah, this one. There is an, yeah. Open this.
Okay.
It will say install. You can install that plugin. It will ask you for loading the demo data. Oh, it's already there. Nice. You already have that. Okay. So do one thing on the left application navigator. Application navigator on the left side. Yeah. Type HR cases here. HR. Oh, you don't have that. What? Yeah, so actually you don't have that installed because we have an in the related link we have activate and repair. So click that on the window itself. Uh, yeah. On the left side we have related links and there is an option activate and repair. Yeah, click that. Uh, Come down a bit. There will be an option to load demo data.
No demo data. CTI table right there.
No, 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 no. In the last. There will checkbox. There will be checkbox load demo data. Yeah,
Okay.
click that. Yeah, and click to activate.
Okay.
So
Activate
this
that.
will take a few of your time. So this will be uh, installing your human resource core app, basically the one that deals with HR case management. How so you can try your hands out on that, how to create a case, what are the employees, who are the personas. We have different personas here, and then we will have few roles and all this stuff. So we start with the very basic. This was just an overview of ServiceNow HRSD. What is the capability of basically the HR case management, and then we will have on the top of HR case management, we have other things like lifecycle event management, in which we are dealing with enterprise onboarding and transitions, having a baby, separation, promotion, all kinds of lifecycle event that an employee has, and and then we have some exclusive features of AI and chatbots and all the stuff in order to uh, resolve the issues uh, in a quick time. So this will take a bit of time, but I will be sharing Elvis the document in order to know how to install the plugins. I will be sharing with that with Rija, and if you and please go through that document, and then we can uh, start few things more. So let me just see if I have something for you for today, for not because. Okay, we already discussed HRSD overview, blood service center, case lifecycle, type of personas, and all that. So, I think I'm good for today, Elvis. So, I will be in the next class. What I will be requiring from you is I will be sharing the document in order to how to install the plugins and what are the plugins which we need. And please install that. And then what I have shown you today, please try to replicate the same things from here, and then I will be start from the very basics of service now from the next class. I think I'm good for today. Yeah,
That sounds good. Am I gonna get a copy of this recording tonight?
yeah, sure, 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 sure.
Oh, sweet, sweet. So because yeah, because I'd love to have a copy of them and of course like you said, just try to mirror everything you did on the